What's up, life groups? Man, if you don't know who I am, my name is Christian, and I'm one of the pastors here. And I'm glad you're meeting. I hope you're having an awesome Sunday. If you're meeting on Sunday, if not, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I just hope you're having a great week, and I hope you have a great week. Um, Man, I'm looking forward to getting to share a little bit with you today, and even some questions that kind of challenge you a little bit. Maybe dig deep as far as our um, talk as far as the message, right? And digging deep in the message and even challenging you a tad bit. So I got to speak on I Still Believe, and I'm smiling because I know it's a it's a heartbreaker, right? It's a deep movie, and sometimes it hits a little bit close to home, but such an incredible movie for the message and to be able to do that at the movies, right? To be able to have that kind of faith like Melissa had in the movie, and even Jeremy to find his wife back, right? His why on why he did things to get back in it, right? Even when it's hard, and that's really the point of the whole message. That even in the middle of the storm, trusting God, right? Even when it doesn't make sense, trusting God. Even when something like that happens, maybe someone close to you had cancer, or maybe someone you just got sick, and maybe they passed away, and you're really just wondering why God didn't do something about it, right? Even in times like that, God is still good, right? See, God's plans are so much bigger than our plans, and that's really the thing about it is when we put our whole faith in Him, we don't doubt Him. We trust what He's doing and trust that everything's going to be okay in the end, and that's what faith is. So it was an honor to be able to do this movie. So I got 4 questions for you that are hopefully challenge you a little bit. Um, I'm gonna keep them as clear as possible. But the first question is gonna be around how Jeremy left, right, his hometown and went to college. Right, he was starting something new, and I say it in the movie, like he was stepping out of what he was used to and stepping into something bigger. He left and went somewhere else. He moved. So the first question I have for you is, has there been a time where you left your comfort zone? Has there been a time where you left your comfort zone? I mean, I love how in the movie when Jeremy asks Melissa out to go on a date, and she finally says yes, and they go to this gallery of stars, gallery of stars, and it really just shows a glimpse of how good our God is, right? How beautiful, and things like the things He can create are so beautiful. And I love how Melissa was like the God of the universe, paints with stars while we paint with brushes, right? It's His masterpiece. So the second question for today, and it was on how much they were admiring our God. The second question is, what is something that makes you think how awesome our God is? What is something that makes you think how awesome our God is? Going into the third question, man, as we saw in the message, um, really a sad thing when Melissa was diagnosed with cancer, and then she was cancer free, and then the cancer came back, and oftentimes we ask ourselves um, why did God do this, or how could God do this to me or to my family? And Jeremy, when the cancer came back, and then Melissa ended up passing. Um, Jeremy was really in a place where many of us know and are way too familiar with, and um, it was in a time of us questioning God, and really not understanding why things happen. So the third question for you today is, has there ever been a time where you've doubted God's faithfulness? Has there ever been a time where you've doubted God's faithfulness? So if you watch the message, we see that Jeremy eventually picks up his guitar, right? He eventually gets back to singing and eventually puts his trust back in God. He uses what the enemy meant for evil and turns it for good, right? That's what God does. And so he starts to sing again and starts to share Melissa's story. He starts to share her faithfulness and how strong it was, right? And talking about a pain with no more suffering and a day with no more pain, right? And just trusting our God completely. Um, the thing that I love most about it is and who Jeremy had on his side. You know, he had his all his family that were there that never left him. Melissa's family, and even when they would be at the concerts, he would ask the people to pray for her, right? And pray for God to heal her, and then later just would pray at concerts and tell her story because of the people in his corner, right? He got through it because of the people that he had with him and because of God, right? So my question for you, my fourth question for you is, who are the people in your corner that are fighting for you? Who are the people in your corner that are fighting for you? Well, I hope you have a great life group. I hope it was a challenging message, and I hope these questions are making you think a little bit. Um, but I want to encourage you that no matter what, God is good. So always remember that in the middle of our storm, in the middle of our struggles, that God is still good. Um, so I'm praying for you guys. I hope you have a great week, a great month, just a great time in general. Love all you guys, and we'll see you soon.